What's up, everyone? Um, Sorry I'm a little late on the video. Was a little busy yesterday. Anyways, gonna talk about the aftermath or the fight itself of Sugar Shane Mosley versus Ricardo Mayorga and Berto versus Steve Forbes and a couple other things I saw over the weekend. First off, Sugar Shane Mosley Ricardo Mayorga fight. Yeah, Mayorga proved me wrong in my predictions. The guy had a lot more left than I thought he did. I mean, especially early on, he was frustrating Shane big time. The first few rounds, he definitely had Shane flustered. Let's just say that. You could tell Shane was frustrated. But come round 6, Shane finally threw those combinations I was talking about and was really landing them, and he was really taking it to Mayorga in that round. And I thought to myself, okay, this is it. Next round or two, he's going to take him out. He's going to finish him off. Well, Mayorga proved me wrong. Again, the guy held on, just stuck with the game plan, whatever it was. I guess it was probably to frustrate Shane and just make Shane fight his fight, which he did. Shane definitely fought Mayorga's fight more so than his own. But come 12th round, looked like it was just going to go to a decision, but fortunately for fans, at least, I mean, maybe not Mayorga fans, but most fans of the sport, I think, would enjoy the way the fight ended just because of the drama of it and the unexpectedness of it, especially at the very end. But yeah, once Shane caught Ricardo and started hurting him, I didn't think he was going to knock him out. I just thought, he's going to hurt him. I mean, I was surprised he even went down once, but he got up, and I was kind of getting frustrated with the ref because it seemed like he was, I mean, he wasn't taking too much time, but it seemed like it in my mind because I really wanted Shane to stop him at that point. Just, I don't know, I wanted a dramatic ending. Why not, right? But yeah, Shane caught him with that left hook. They always see is the punch you don't see coming, and that was definitely the case there. And stopped him. The ref waved it off, whether it was right at the bell or right before. So you had a KO for Shane, and definitely one of the best endings of a fight I've ever seen, just because of the unexpectedness of it all. I didn't expect it. It was very dramatic. The way it ended with no time left. I mean, just great stuff. Definitely. Just another reason of why Shane Mosley usually makes for good fights. The guy's a good fighter, gives it his all, and credit to the sport, in my opinion. And like I said, props to Mayorga too. The guy had a lot more left than I thought. I don't know where he's going to go from here, but I think he could give a lot of the young guns at 154 a good test. Guys like Joel Julio, Alfred Angulo, and Eric Strickland, I believe his name is. Or am I thinking Reggie Strickland? No, Kirkland. Kirkland, my bad. I think he'd give those guys a good test, gauge where they're at in their progress. As for Shane, sounded like he's looking for guys at 147. I know he wants Margarito, but he doesn't want to wait around for Margarito. But I don't know if that Margarito-Claudio fight is set or not. But if not, after seeing this fight, Margarito might want to take on Mosley. I mean, it's a bigger name, which equals a bigger paycheck. It actually might be an easier fight than Claudio at this point. I hate to say it, but I don't know how much Shane has left. He didn't show a lot of explosiveness, not consistently like he used to. Granted, it was at a higher weight, 154. I think he's much better at 147, always has been. I mean, he was his best at lightweight, but I think he's better at welterweight than he is at a junior middleweight. But that's just my opinion. He's just quicker, and his punches seem to have a little more snap to him. But if not, I think a fight with him and Paul Williams. Paul Williams wants a big fight. Mosley's a big name. It gives Shane one last shot at a title. Win or lose, I think he could walk off in the sunset either way, with a great resume and career behind him. Moving on, Berto, Steve Forbes pretty much went the way I assumed it would. Granted, Forbes looked good early, especially in the first couple rounds. He was really frustrating. It seemed like Berto, well, I don't know if he's frustrating him, but he was landing a lot of clean punches, taking advantage of Berto's biggest weakness, which is his defense. He gets hit pretty cleanly a lot. But I think once he realized that Forbes had nothing that could hurt him, he kind of just said, I'm going to go for it and put the pedal to the metal, so to speak. Anyway, so yeah, he started just laying it on him, consistently beat him to the punch and just consistently, he didn't break him down, but, he beat him. It was pretty much the same way Oscar De La Hoya beat Forbes, just was the better man. He's a bigger man too, so Berto, pretty much as I thought it would be, so wasn't the most exciting or entertaining fight, but you know, hopefully his next one will be. Which Berto's next fight, they said, is mandatory is Luis Collazo. I think that'll be a much better test, probably his toughest test to date, in my opinion. I haven't seen Collazo since the Mosley fight, but he gave both Mosley and Ricky Hatton tough fights, you know, good fights. So it'll be interesting to see how Berto handles them, if he can. Definitely an interesting mesh of styles, so looking forward to seeing that fight. As far as Forbes, I think the guy should drop down to 140. He's not a welterweight. I don't know how much he's going to have left after he took a lot of punches in the De La Hoya and Berto fight. You know, I'm not saying he's going to, you know, he has nothing left, but you know, taking a lot of punches from bigger guys, it will have its wear and tear on you. Plus, he's already had a long career. But I'd like to see him at 140. I'd like to see how we do against a lot of the guys there. Candle Holt. I don't know if Ricky Hatton would fight him, but you know, Carlo Torres, Timothy Bradley, guys like that. So we'll see where it goes from here. I have no idea. Moving on, I watched the Paul Williams Chris Arreola fights on Thursday night on Versus. Not really much to say. Paul Williams looked great at that weight. Definitely his body looked more full, obviously. You know, didn't look like he was slower. Obviously had the power, but he also showed that power in his last fight against Quintana, so it'll be interesting to see where he goes from here. Arreola, I mean, granted he got the job done, but I was really disappointed in his weight. There was no need for him to put on 20 plus pounds since his last fight. I know he figured this was an easy fight, but still, you know, I think he should just, if he just dedicated himself a little bit more, you know, not that he hasn't, and it hasn't cost him yet, but, you know, it could in the future with tougher opponents. So we'll see. I just think, you know, he should just try to stay consistent with his weight. I don't want to see him go the way of my boy Vargas or Bajado, you know, but we'll see. I'm looking forward to their fights. I believe they fight in November on HBO. So we'll see how those fights turn out and who their opponents will be. Okay, one last thing, or maybe not one last thing, but watched the fight on Friday night on, I believe it was Telefutura, Vicente Escobedo versus, let me think, Dominic Salcido. I've seen Escobedo fight before a couple times. Didn't really impress me, but the guy's undefeated. And or he had one loss. I can't recall. And Salcido, the guy had an undefeated record, so I figured sounds like a good matchup. I'll check it out. Fight turned out to be pretty exciting while it lasted. It was definitely a mesh of styles. Escobedo's former Olympian, I believe, had a more technical style. Salcido was the more talented, athletically gifted fighter, but his style was completely unorthodox. But it was entertaining, you know, while it lasted, like I said. But Escobedo caught him in the sixth, and just beautiful combination that he knocked him out with the first time, or knocked him down with the first time. Just a 4-punch combination, probably one of the best combinations you'll see, in my opinion. You know, the best one I can remember since maybe Kelly Pavlik stopped Jermaine Taylor on such a combination. But props to Salcido, he got up. Escobedo chased him around the ring, hit him a couple more times. The ref stopped it. I thought the stoppage may have been a little early, but they always say better to err on the side of caution, so I can understand. I mean, I don't think Salcido was going to make it out of the round anyway, but I would have liked to see a little more definitive finish, but that's easy for me to say because I'm not the one in there getting hit. So yeah, that was that. And the only other thing I want to talk about, I saw yesterday on a website that this new season of The Contender, Sugar Ray Leonard's out as the host and Tony Danza's the host. I like the show, but not looking forward to Tony Danza being the host. I think he had an amateur boxing career, but yeah, I didn't want Sylvester Stallone the host of the first season. I don't really want to see Tony Danza as the host of the new season, but whatever it is, what it is, I'm still going to watch the show because I'm a fan. I like to see boxers, you know, behind the scenes, and I like to see them coming up, so we'll see. Alright, that's it for now. Talk to you guys next time. Fights on coming up or something big, you know. Till then, I'm out. Bye.